Outlook. What's this for? I don't know what that just was. Hello. That was weird. Something just popped up. Oh, yeah, it's Saturday, and you already know we got the new one coming. We're doing fantasy football predictions, talking about all things fantasy football. Going to be doing that on Saturday and see how we end up faring on Sunday. But, man, I already know Saturday's not going so well from our boy Snafu Z over there. What's happening with you?
Oh, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. And, we postponed the stream. DJ was nice enough to push it back so that I could watch my team get their ass kicked. Played better than expected, honestly, but, man, that defense is terrible. It cannot attack.
I feel you. Sorry about that. I just saw our man Jake Cruz just hit the chat. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, I like those graphics. I got my boy Tombo. Big shout out to my man Tom out there. He's the one hooking up all our thumbnails for us. He's doing the Cobra Kai ones and these fantasy ones. Have you seen them yet, Andy? The thumbnails for our fantasies?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's got different ones for our fantasies, our Cobras. He's been putting in work, dude. So big shout out to Tombo. But yeah, I love those things.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. But, yeah, man, Florida not doing so good. I'm not really the college guy, so I'm in full spirits because last week I thought I was going to get throttled with all that COVID business, and I ended up having the biggest game of my life. It was absolutely incredible. I could not believe what even happened last year. It was amazing. Last week.
Calvin, I had a pretty good day, but Calvin Ridley, man, he killed me. And then my Titans, they're attempting to screw the whole season for everybody. That's a big thing too, right? Now Titans and Steelers, or the Titans and Bills are playing on Tuesday.
But those points are still going to count for week 5.
Yeah, but if you have somebody that's playing, so someone like A.J. Brown, who may or may not go, but he's potentially a top receiver if he does, but he has a bone bruise. He hasn't played since week 1, but are you putting him in if he's probably going to go and they're playing on Tuesday? Do you risk that? Probably not. Maybe you leave points on the bench because of that.
And I got to tell you, that's the whole reason after 21 years that I did not run my league because of this kind of BS. It's like, my boys were heartbroken. Please believe I was heartbroken. That's a long-standing tradition, but I just knew with all this crazy COVID stuff going on, I just didn't want to deal with it. It's like, what's happening? Who's playing? Who's opting out? Is it really your full team? All the stuff the Titans are going through, how is that fair in any sense of the way? It's like, can you be mad at him for putting on a secret practice? This is the NFL. They're some of the greatest athletes on the planet, and you're supposed to just have one day of practice and go out and play your best? It's impossible. So, yeah, all this BS that's going on, this is the exact reason I was like, you know what? We're just scrapping the league this year, and we'll resume it again next year.
And it's it depends on the position, too. If you're someone like Ryan Tannehill, yeah, you're going to definitely want to do it, right? Because you are on kind of like a rebound, right? You're coming back to a top-level quarterback. Sure, you're not the best quarterback, but you're trying to show that you can do it, and you are in an upwards trend after leaving Miami. Well, yeah, you're going to want to keep that going. Or like someone like Derrick Henry, who took less money to be with them this year, and he's working towards more money. There's certain people that really need to play. Some not as much, but others really need to perform because it's not, it could be their last year. Their years are numbered.
Or it could just be their years coming up and they're kind of showing and they're on their way to having an elite year like our man Sanu, man. He was crushing it. And all of a sudden he's just put on hiatus and he's putting on the back burner now. You can't, this isn't something you can just turn off and on. You got to kind of roll with the strides. And when you're running hot, you got to run with it. Like quarterbacks. If somebody gets hurt and a quarterback comes in like Henderson starts killing it, all of a sudden Tyrod Taylor's out. All of a sudden, hey, you are the only win that we had, but yet you're going to sit when you come back. Go ahead and heal because our man is on fire right now, and we're just not going to mess with that system.
Yeah, you meant Herbert.
What's that? Yeah, Herbert.
Yeah. I feel so bad. Tyrod Taylor has the worst luck in the NFL.
Oh,
I swear. He's not bad. he could be a starting quarterback basically everywhere he goes, right? But something happens, and then his backup ends up like balling out, or his replacement balls out. Yeah, Michael Thomas, I have him. I'm probably starting him, but I'm kind of hurting like in my league. So, yeah, I'm probably starting him.
That's so scary. It's so scary. And like I said, again, these kind of decisions are the reason you just like, what are you going to do? What do you do? But
yeah, and
Michael Thomas, like he's just that guy. If he plays, but then again, see, the reason I'm kind of being hesitant right now is because last week I kind of bit my own tongue because I said if Calvin Ridley's healthy and in, you play him. I mean, he's just having that kind of season, and if you do it, and it just totally messed me because yeah, he came in and he just screwed the pooch last week.
For me, he lost me. Like he really only needed like 4 points to. He needed one good reception, honestly. And I would have won, and I lost on my league that had basically everybody out, and all my backups did it for me. Calvin Ridley, my top starter, does not do it for me. Well, second starter because Michael Thomas is out, but now I got to put Michael Thomas in, so hopefully he does it this week.
And that's, and that kind of thing. And that's what screwed me. I'm thinking I saw that happen. And then I'm thinking of my boy, Mike Evans over there at Tampa Bay, and like just one of the number one receivers in the league this year. I mean, scored every game. It's like, again, if he's in, you play him. But then I start to outthink myself. Look what just happened to Ridley. Evans was on a short week. He's playing on Thursday. He still didn't ball out Mike Evans style, but he still got just under 16 points.
He should have had 10 points because that was Jones's touchdown. So let's put that out there. Everybody watching that game knows that was Jones's touchdown, and that was bull. But I don't care. All I knew is that I must be playing Evans. I didn't even look at the score or who I was playing against, but I knew someone had Evans because I got screwed on it. But yeah, I'm just. Yeah.
Oh, it sucked, and I know, and I was almost a genius if Evans doesn't get that, he's down, because I'm just thinking, I'm trying to outthink myself, and I'm like, okay, Mike Evans is on a short week, he's hurt, he's gimped up, he's probably not going to do that well, he might have another game like 2 touchdowns with 2 yards, I mean, you never know. But I just like, okay, I'm going to put in Slayton. He's got a terrible quarterback. Their team just sucks tit. But he's playing an interdivision rival. They're playing Dallas, whose back end is awful. And I'm thinking if Slayton's going to put together a game, this is the game he puts together in. So I'm either going to be a genius or a mutt. So I actually benched Mike Evans for Darius Slayton. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be a genius or a moron. But what's up, Christian Oles? I see you out there. Welcome. We got Jacob Piccolo. Good to see you. Phantom Gaming, good to see you out there. And oh yeah, we got Jake Cruz. What's good, buddy? So yeah, I guess in a long roundabout way, it's like he played as Calvin Ridley. It screwed the pooch. I didn't play Mike Evans. Maybe I'm a genius still. We'll find out on Sunday. But long story short, I mean, a situation like Michael Thomas, this might be the one time I say if you have another option, maybe slide him in there and then change up your flex players and just kind of get by this week and then put in Michael Thomas for sure next week.
Yeah, and the tough thing, right, is they're playing on Monday night. So that's something you have to think about. Like he might not go, and then it's a Monday night game. So
that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, it's too late. I mean, so that's the hardest part.
Yeah,
that's tough. Do you, Jay Cruz wants to know, do you think Jimmy G is playing this week? I absolutely do. If he's healthy, they put him in, and they get that San Fran train back up and running because they took an ugly L last week.
That's terrible.
Who loses to the Eagles, man? Come on. Oh, awesome. That was awesome. Oh, we got Phantom Gaming out there. Chark versus Texans or Woods versus Washington. Man, my man Bobby Woods just broke my heart last week. You're going Woods? I'm saying
I'm going Woods.
And this is what me and Andy and I do. We're always pretty much opposite, so who knows? But yeah, I'm DJ Chark all day. I actually have Chark in my lineup, and yeah, I love me some Bobby Woods, but he just broke my heart last week, and I don't know. There's just too many other things going on there, and I think it's going to be more Cubs game this week versus Washington. So I'm DJ Chark all day with that.
Oh man, I'm going Woods all the way. He's not going to have like 2 bad weeks in a row. Like I'm saying, Woods is going to be the man. What market? I got to put a disclaimer on this. Never listen to me. Like anybody out there, do not listen to me. I am amazing at draft. If we did this before the league started, I would be. Then you can listen to me. I am amazing at drafting teams. I'm terrible at picking the player to put in. So I'm putting that out there. In reality, DJ has scored the most points. He has left way less on the bench than I have, but his team is probably way more trash than mine. So
oh, that's awesome. That is classic. And yeah, that's one thing I have to do for the first time in my fantasy football career. I have left 0 points on the bench. 4 games running, I have left no points on the bench. I've had my best starting team in all year. And like I said, this last week, scored the most points I've ever scored in my life. Yeah, it's a ridiculous league, PPR or whatever, but I scored over 200 points. I had 208 something. Like, it was ridiculous. So yeah, definitely. And I had to switch some things up, and I switched some stuff up at the last second, and yeah, it all worked out. It was fantastic. Start 2 standard league. We got OBJ, Mostert, Dionte Johnson, and John Brown. Woo! I was all about the right with John Brown last. Man, OBJ, he's not going to keep that consistency up. Mostert, that's a tough one. I'm almost like OBJ and Dionte Johnson in this one. I think Dionte Johnson's about to bust out and have a game this week. What about you, Andy?
I'm going John Brown and probably Mostert. I think so. We'll go complete opposite on this one because
I'll start writing this down.
Yeah, I think Garoppolo coming back. I think Mostert's gonna have a pretty good game. And my boy John Brown, even though they're playing against the Titans, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be all right. I was worried about him this season with Diggs coming in and stuff, but he's been all right. Not as good as the end of last year, but
John Brown didn't do much last week.
Nope.
And I don't think he's going to do much.
He was injured.
But cool.
I think he'll do it this week. But like I said,
disclaimer,
I'll feel terrible.
What's that?
I said, disclaimer, I'll feel terrible if I cause somebody to lose.
Oh, man. Yeah, we got to be the worst to watch because we're both saying, 50-50 different things. It's like, who do you watch? And I'll go ahead and break that down for you, how we did last week on those calls here in a second. But, yeah, it's kind of funny. OBJ and Dionte Johnson and one, and what was the other here? What was your biggest bust last week? Obviously, we know what yours was. What would you say?
Ridley, boy. Oh, my goodness. God, he killed me. He had 5 targets in that game too. I live near Atlanta, but I didn't watch that game because I just figured, I had other games that I was more concerned with, and so I just watched the red zone and I just watched all the points, right? And I figured Ridley was doing it for me because I get all superstitious, right? And I don't watch the game as it's unfolding. I don't watch my fantasy game. I just get updates. And man,
you got to watch it.
Then I look at the stat line. Well, I watch it later. And then I look at the stats. I'm like, man, he had 5 balls thrown to him. I just saw 0 points, figured he didn't start. No, man, he was playing. He didn't do nothing. Hurt my feelings. Calvin, if you're watching, which you definitely aren't, I know there's millions of dollars at stake, but think of my thousands that I could be winning. Come on, buddy. I need it. But yeah, my biggest bust, Ridley. Well.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. I mean, I don't even think you can pick a bigger one than that. Calvin Ridley all day was just disgusting. What was your most surprising upset for games? It's kind of a tough one this last week because, I mean, I really wish we would have done our pick'ems. Like I said, right after the thing, I was like, oh, shit, we forgot to do our pick'ems. Because I feel like my most surprising upset truly might have been the only game I didn't call. I felt it was really just one-sided games all week. Like, there was no surprises except for the Browns beating Dallas. And I don't really even know if you can call that a surprise. But, I mean, that was probably my biggest upset. I mean, it's tough. I don't know if you can think of a bigger one, but yeah, I think all the games pretty much worked out exactly kind of how I thought they would. I was thinking of taking them on the money line. Miami, getting it. Jay Cruz getting the big bets in. And you know, my man lives in Las Vegas. He can bet it all. That's awesome. If you have Michael Thomas, maybe you can pick up a receiver from the that's a like
okay. So this is a possibility, depending on how deep your league is, right? You can, if you have Thomas, right, put him in your flex. Then there's someone like Jonnu Smith who is potentially out there still. And if AJ Brown doesn't go, Corey Davis has COVID, so there's definitely some, you know, receiving options in Tennessee that, you know, will be available. But Jonnu Smith, he's probably the main guy that's going to be getting targets if that's the case, if A.J. Brown doesn't go. So, and he's probably out there in a lot of leagues, I imagine, depending on the depth because of, you know, he's a tight end. People stream those sometimes.
Yeah, he said sometimes.
Sometimes people pick him in the first round, DJ.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Oh, and sometimes they win fantasy leagues doing it. It's so awesome. Oh, if you have Michael Thomas, you can pick it up. We got my man Jamie Flores, MOSTERT or White from the Patriots. I think we might be in agreement on this one. Go say it though.
I'm gonna go MOSTERT again.
Yeah, me too. I don't think why. I mean, what's he done?
He should have a comeback though, because you know he lost his parents in a car accident. Like that's what happened.
Talking about James White.
Oh,
the running back for the Patriots. I believe that's what he's talking about, right? Yeah, James White from the Patriots.
Yeah, he lost his parents in a car accident, I think, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Was that White? I thought that was Sony Michel.
Oh, maybe it was.
I thought it was Sony Michel that happened to. Oh, man. Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, it may be. I don't know. That bad news, I try to get in one ear and out the other, so I could totally be wrong on that one. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Who's your biggest boom for last week? What was your biggest blow-up?
Will Fuller.
Will Fuller. You liked you some Fuller, huh?
Yeah, because, you know, we were talking about it a lot with the injury. I was kind of like, man, he's having a hamstring problem again. And I played him thinking, well, if he goes, he's going to do it. But, you know, there's a good chance he messed it up. But he did it. 100-plus yards. Plus, you had Justin Jefferson out there, 103 yards. Like, I like Jefferson. I was high on him last week, so.
Yeah, he crushed it. I don't think I'm going to be high on that guy every week. That guy's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Although, I got to say, my biggest boom last week was my man coming through going absolutely berserker. George Kittle just doing it for over 40 points. And you wonder why the kid takes a tight end in the first round? Let me tell you about 40 points worth of why. Oh, my man came through with a big boom. He said, welcome back.
Like I said, all drafting, what it's all about is not who's going to score the most points. It's going to be the biggest drop-off in points between the top guys and the lower guys. If there is one tight end who gets, let's say he gets 15 points a game and you pass up on a running back that gets 20 points a game, well, lots of running backs are in that ballpark. But if all the other tight ends are getting 3 points a game, well, then that's worth way more money. That's worth you're outscoring them by 12 points. So It's all about the differential in drafting. It's not about actual points they score.
And the differential between 40 and 3 is, let's see, I'm not real good at math, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the average tight end probably scores 10 points or something like that.
I'd say like 7, but yeah, I mean, in this day and age, if you're in a PPR, I guess it depends. If you're in a PPR.
Well, average starting one. So someone that you would actually start in your league.
Right. Got Jamie Flores also Michael Thomas Saints or John Brown for the Bills. I mean, that's just if Michael Thomas starts, you go with Thomas. But I mean, in this day and age, what do you say, Andy? Thomas or Brown?
That's a one. If Michael Thomas plays, I'm probably playing Michael Thomas. But that's one you can sit on. That's a good one because the Bills aren't playing until Tuesday. So if it's a game time decision and he doesn't go, or like he was really limited, then you can play John Brown. You have that as the backup. So that's kind of, if you have both those guys, that's pretty good.
Exactly. Like, who are you sitting, man?
Yeah, well, not that, just like the situation. That's a perfect situation. You have a decent wide receiver to put in there. Like, I bet you John Brown's starting in most leagues.
Yeah.
Well, 12-team leagues, depending on how deep your league is.
But yeah, that's a pretty lucky pick for that guy. All right, got it locked down. Next up, we have Jake Cruz. Garoppolo had a couple practices, but we don't know he's playing. I think he's going to play. I think they're both going to play. But they come back if they're healthy. If they get the green light, you're not going to sit Garoppolo any longer. You got Jimmy G able to go. He's going to go, and he's pretty tough. He's played through some injuries before, so he just always gets hurt so bad he can't. I mean, he gets the big ones. But yeah, I say Jimmy G's a go this week.
Jeez Louise, that's a team, boy.
Who should I start as my flex? Juju, Jonathan Taylor, Robert Woods, Josh Jacobs.
What kind of league? How is this your flex?
Wow, that's crazy. I think I got to go Josh Jacobs on this one.
Yeah, I was going to go Josh Jacobs, but you could probably go Jonathan Taylor. That's probably equally as good.
Yeah, he's got a tough matchup this week, and the way they've been just throwing that backfield around, I mean, that is the ultimate backfield by committee. They are just sharing it way too much. I got Jonathan Taylor on my team, and it's just irritating the hell out of me. Plus, I mean, like they say, I mean, because they are doing that big committee, he's trying to, like, when he does touch it, he's trying to get every little extra inch. And, yeah, he's going to blow a knee or something if he doesn't settle down. He's just got to kind of take what the game gives him and not try to force it, I think. But, yeah, in this one, I go Josh Jacobs.
Oh, okay. So I see one that just popped up. I don't want to skip to it, but I feel bad because I talked about this after we ended the stream, right? I was like, hey, I should have talked about Edmonds. What do you think about Edmonds in Arizona? Because Drake is garbage in Arizona. So Edmonds going to start getting more and more carries. And I feel bad for not mentioning that to people before he had like a big game. Because that's something that I was pretty confident in, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was our first stream last week, so, you know, we're kind of giving through and just kind of going off. It's not like we have written out outlines or anything. We're just off the cuff and just whatever comes to mind we're talking about. So, yeah, like I said, we forgot to do the pick'ems at the end. Like, that was the first thing, like 5 minutes after we got off the stream, and I was like, oh, shit. But, yeah, we're going to get that in this week. Oh, we got Blady Martinez. Welcome to the stream, buddy. We got Jefferson, Fuller, Keenan Allen for flex. Wow.
I'm
picking. What's that?
Well, I'm gonna stick with my high on Jefferson this year. I might go. Dang, I like Keenan Allen, but man, if you're chasing points, Fuller doesn't always do it, right? So that's the thing. He's the top dude there. Now no Hopkins there. He is the guy. So I'm going to go, probably the smart money is Keenan Allen, Jefferson. But I'm going to go Jefferson Fuller because I like
You only pick one for the flex.
Oh, my God. I didn't even read the whole thing.
Why he's thinking about that? Yeah, Keenan Allen seems so obvious. But, you know, they just lost their coach. They're going to be balling out of control. Fuller's already, I mean, he had the one game, but, I mean, obviously the hamstring must have been hampering him. They only put him in there as basically a decoy. Every other game he's been balling out of control. They just got rid of their coach. They're going to let Watson cook this week. He's going to be thrown all over the field, and I think Fuller is definitely the way to go. That is just a ridiculous amount of options you have for that. But, yeah, I mean, I would try to get Keenan Allen. I mean, who are your receivers that you got all these people for flex? You know what I mean? It's like, how are not one of those a receiver? But, man, you must be balling out of control with your team. But for this week, I mean, God, that's so tough. But for this week, I think Fuller's the answer because I think Watson's going to go nuts, and I think Fuller's going to be a big, huge recipient of a lot of that.
Okay, so I'm going to go Jefferson. I think he is really going into Diggs' role where he's getting the big plays. You know, if he doesn't hit any big plays, he loses a lot of his value. But
they're playing the Seahawks, though. Huh? There's going to be some big plays.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Jefferson just because of that. I like, you know, he is on the uptick. Fuller, you know, I think he's going to do well, but if I'm betting money, I would take Jefferson over Fuller. Even though I still think Keenan Allen's the smart money.
Right? Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, Keenan Allen's what we're supposed to be saying, and neither one of us are saying it, so that's awesome.
Jefferson.
Yeah, we're both supposed to be saying Keenan Allen, and we're both going the other two, so that's awesome. I can't wait to see how that plays out for us. Our man Christian Oles out there. McLauren or Hollywood Brown in my flex. Didn't I answer this last week, I think? And I've definitely got it right, and I'm going to say it again. McLauren all day.
Yeah.
Scary Terry.
Yeah. But when I think of McLauren as McLauren, Scary Terry plays for Florida State, and if you say Scary Terry, that's who I'm thinking of, and I'm going to say he's in college. You can't start him. But whatever. Yeah, you were right on McLaurin. I wasn't as high on him, but he did it. I'm sorry. That's one I got to apologize for.
He said, I got that one wrong. I own up to it. Let's move on. All day. Let me get that one in here. Need to learn how to type faster. Oh, we got Vladdy Martinez, Mostert, or Chris Carson. My man, Chris Carson looks healthy. He's going against wow, they're going to be passing a lot, but Chris Carson is a big part of that passing game. Chris Carson.
Yeah, you got to go Chris Carson on this one. Like, Mostert coming back, like being, you know, he'll be good, but he's not going to be Chris Carson good, I don't think. Maybe in a week or two. But
nope, not even then.
Yeah, he might. Don't listen.
Chris Carson was my second round draft, so. But I was drafting in a 10-man league, and I picked Kittle first, so you can go whatever. But I just did it so I could say I picked a tight end in the first round. Oh, Matt Daley, there's a new name. Welcome, welcome. Do I start Ingram over Hines, Phillip Lindsay, and dernest Johnson? Wow. Full PPR. This is a great, great question. Wow. Do I start Ingram over Hines? I'd say yes. You do. Start Ingram over Hines. And I am so the wrong person to ask. I'm so high on Lindsay and dernest Johnson this week. No, everybody thinks dernest might just be an okay filler. Dude, those guys the Browns have been running two power backs all year, and Hunt and Chubb have been killing it all year. Why would they change that? dernest Johnson is going to come in and crush this week. People don't even know. But I also think that Phillip Lindsay has been chomping at the bit to get back in the game, and I think Phillip Lindsay is going to go bonkers this week. Everybody's like they're going to ease him in. He's going to have like 7 points. I think Phillip Lindsay loses his mind this week. I'm going Phillip Lindsay in that one. How about you?
See, that Lindsay is a boomer bust, right? Because that's how they do it. I feel like nobody ever comes in and has like a decent game. They either have a terrible game coming back from injury or an amazing game trying to get them back into like the swing of things. Like, just, we're going to give you reps and that's what's going to happen. But I'm going to go with Hines just because I think I don't.
You're going Hines over Ingram.
Yeah, I like the like Indy. I don't know. I like the running backs. I know I don't know which one of them is gonna blow up, but usually one does. So don't listen to me. Lindsey's one of my favorite players in the NFL, honestly, because he's a Denver guy playing in Denver, hometown kid, and that's like a great story. But I'm going Hines.
So who are you going? So you're going Hines over Ingram. So who are you doing? Ingram over Hines.
Yeah,
well, I thought it was an either or. Yeah.
No, it's all three, or it's all of them.
Ingram over Hines, Phillip Lindsay, and Dernest Johnson for running back 2, full PPR. Oh shit! I thought he was. I thought he needed 2 players. He only needs 1.
So who do you go with? Dernest Johnson, Phillip Lindsay.
Do I start Ingram over Hines, Phillip Lindsay, and Dernest Johnson?
He's thinking too much. He's just not letting it flow out, so you know it's going to be wrong. No, I'm just kidding. I
don't know. I'm going Phillip Lindsay in this one. That's my pick. Phillip Lindsay, I got to go with my gut. It hasn't led me wrong all year long. I think Phillip Lindsay is going to come in and lose his mind this week. I'm going Phillip Lindsay. And you're going.
I'm going to listen. I'm going to put him in on this in one of my leagues. I picked him up off waivers, and I'm going to put him in. And if I lose, it's your fault.
There you go. Broad shoulders. I'll take that.
It's my low money league, but still.
Hey, I'm the guy. I don't know if you want to listen to me. I'm the guy that sat Mike Evans and put in Darius Slayton. So
that might pay off.
You're seeing if I'm a genius or a moron yet. This week will definitely tell. Kellis Talk says drop 2. McKinnon, Kelley, Edmonds. My RBs are Jacob, Hunt, Henry. Jacobs, Hunt, and Henry.
Dang, that's a backfield, man. I like Edmonds, but this depends on how many players too, like your league or how many teams. McKinnon's great if you're like me. I still have him in 2 leagues. I have McKinnon sitting there waiting for my boy Dalvin Cook to get hurt because he tends to do that. So just like last week, he got a touchdown. McKinnon got a touchdown.
Mattis?
Oh, Madison.
Yeah, I was like,
man, I read that wrong.
Yeah,
I even said it right. God dang.
Yeah, McKinnon.
I like Edmonds, though, but I'm in a 12-team league, and Edmonds is on the upswing. So, like I said last week, I think Drake's dropping out. Like, he's going to be getting lens balls.
Yeah, I don't know. You talked me into that. I picked up Edmonds and dropped him in the same week. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get a quarterback just in case. I say drop Edmonds and Kelley. That's where I'm at.
Dang, drop
McKinnon, 2. Yeah, you got drop 2, and I mean, San Fran's already shown that they are just broken. So I don't know. I'd keep him.
I'm dropping Kelley and McKinnon, but I'm keeping Edmonds because I'm telling you, Drake is going to become the number 2 guy. He is doing nothing there. And Edmonds has shown that when he gets the ball, your only problem is that you already have Kyler Murray who can run. Like, that's, they're going to suffer from that running backs there because Kyler Murray can run instead of dump it off to the back. So that's something to worry about. But I like Edmonds.
All right. I'm going to say Edmonds and Kelley. Got to go. We'll see who's right on that one. And who's the one that we didn't pick? Yeah, Kelley Edmonds. All right. On to, do you guys know what a vampire league is?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay, a vampire league. This is kind of a cool league. I mean, it makes teams get dominant, I think. So I think you swap a starter. Whoever wins, they can pick a starter from your team and take them into their league or into their team. So I don't know if it's
back whoever.
switched. I don't know if they switch or if it's just like you drop somebody, but I know that you take one of the starting players that they started.
So if you're playing somebody that has a number one quarterback and you have a kick-ass team, you could grab a shitty quarterback, play him against him, lose, and then take his quarterback, and now you've got the 6 team, like all the way down. Wow, that's pretty vicious. I don't know about that. That sounds nuts. That sounds crazy. All my receivers at Hill, Juju, Jefferson, Allen, and Fuller. Yeah, he's got a squad, an absolute squad.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I might sit Juju and play one of your other 2 if you were worried about those 3 as a flex. I'd play any one of those 3 over Juju this week. Well, that's just me.
I like Juju. My Juju's a great guy, and he's a great receiver. But the only reason to draft him is so that you can name your team Voodoo Mama Juju.
Oh man, Jonnu Smith or Zach Ertz for tight end. So scary with that tight end situation. I mean that Titan situation, man. That is, I'd go obviously Jonnu Smith all day, but my God, dude, for just the guarantee, I don't know. God, that's scary. I don't know.
I'm going Smith because I'm a Titans fan.
Of course, but what if it gets scrapped or they get in trouble or they just have to give up the game or what? I mean, anything could happen if they get another outbreak and they don't test right.
True, but I mean, they opened up the facilities today, so everybody must have tested negative for like a few days. Yeah. So,
man, that's so scary. I mean, obviously Smith is the go-to on a regular day, all day, but in this situation, I might almost go Ertz just because. So I'm going to do that. God, I have Smith on my team, so I mean, believe that hurts to say, but I think I'd have to actually say for once in my life Ertz, and I hate picking any Eagle for anything.
I don't know. Just that Smith is going to be the receiver there. Hopefully AJ Brown comes back, but
I don't think he comes back this week. I think he's rolled out this week, isn't he?
Mm-mm. He's still there.
Oh. Jalen Ramsey is probably going to shadow McLaurin. Yeah, but I don't think it matters. I mean, when that's all you got, that's all you got, and great receivers find a way to get open. So I don't think I'd worry about it.
I don't know. Jalen Ramsey, like he's a good, man coverage corner. You put him on somebody, he can shut people down.
Of course he can.
He gets burned sometimes, but he's good.
Look what happened with Gibson running against Baltimore. You're like, oh, my God, that's a terrible matchup. I would never start Gibson. And then the guy balls out for just records on every single stat.
I know, on my bench.
Sometimes you just got to go with – if that's the star of your team, you got to go with the star of your team, I think. And they have nobody else. So, yeah, I think McLaurin gets through. McLaurin. 10-team league, those are all my RBs that I named. Yeah, you balled out, man. You did your thing. Somebody else must have picked all receivers and quarterbacks or something because that's amazing. Dropping Hollywood Brown for Big Ben, a good decision?
That depends on your scoring.
That depends on your team. That depends on who you have coming up, and that depends on can you handle a Big Ben 5-interception game that's bound to be coming.
Yeah, well, it depends on your league a lot. Like I'm in a 12-team league where there's literally no quarterbacks on waivers. So they're just that valuable in the league. You can it has a super flex, and it would probably be smart in that league. But if it's not, that value's not there, then I don't know. But also it could be smart because, Hollywood's boom or bust, right? Like he's not going to consistently get you 15 points. Sometimes he's going to get you like 3 points. You're muted.
Yeah, sometimes that's exactly what I was like. Right when you said it, I was saying it out loud too. Like 3 points. Like we hit the exact number. Like he is the epitome of boomer bust. So my man Jake Cruz, a fellow Dolphin fan, says, "Do you think Tua starts this season?" Of course he does. Of course he does. But I'm in no rush. I mean, Miami's not going to be doing anything big this year. And, let him sit there and learn the system. Let him get comfortable. There's no need to rush him out there, get him hurt, let him get comfortable. So when he comes out, he's ready to start this Super Bowl run that the Dolphins are about to be on in the next 3 years.
Yeah, Tua, he's in a good situation for the future, too, because he's sitting behind, like, the smartest guy in the NFL. Literally, Fitzpatrick is the smartest guy in the NFL. I think he's like the first dude in a really long time to get a perfect Wonderlic. So that's someone that would be good to sit behind. Plus, you get to see how to throw interceptions. Like,
yeah, this is how I do it. So don't do this.
Yeah,
if you do it like this happens.
Yeah.
Crazy. So Kelley tells us about the Vampire League we are doing is there's 2 vampires who build their team through waivers because they're the only ones who can use, and vampires can draft. If they beat a team, they can take their best guy. So if you build a good enough team off waivers, you can snatch a star from somebody else's team, I guess. Which, I mean, especially in a 10-man league, you should always be able to build a pretty decent team off waivers, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do 10 teams, that's like my biggest problem with 10-team leagues is like you could drop basically your whole team aside from like 2 guys and build your team back over again and still be decent.
Which sometimes with injuries you have to do. So yeah, I mean 10 teams is definitely a little bit of a league that definitely comes through.
And like I said, I'm an idiot. So my where I make my money is drafting. So leagues like that I get screwed over because you could drop your whole team and still do decent.
I forgot that I had Lamb, so Lamb over Allen or Jefferson this week. Boy, CD Lamb balling, and yeah, I don't know. It's the way Dak Prescott's going. He was my second big boom last week, throwing for over 500. My man's getting nuts. So, yeah, I think almost the way they're balling and throwing the ball, CD Lamb's a definite number 2 behind Amari Cooper. I like that number 2 over Jefferson's number 2. And Allen, yeah, I mean, again, that just seems like such the obvious pick you should be picking right here is Allen. But for some reason, I'm going to say CD Lamb.
Yeah, I should have abstained from this because last week I was like, I like Gallup better. And Gallup didn't do shit and Lamb went off. But, yeah, I like Jefferson. He's my favorite receiver right now, but Lamb's a good choice.
You're going with Lamb on this one?
If you're going to do that. Now, I think Jefferson's going to score more than Lamb this week, but if you want to go Lamb, that's not a bad move is what I'm saying. I think they're going to be comparable.
You're going Jefferson. I'm going Lamb. And who was the other one? Allen. Definitely picked that one there.
We haven't picked Allen, and we both realized that's like the obvious choice.
But we both know that that's how you win fantasy is going against the obvious choice and actually being right sometimes. Like I said, what moron puts in Darius Slayton over Mike Evans? I mean, come on. Well,
you keep saying that. You shouldn't remind people so many times. Like if you just say it once, they might not bring it up next week. But definitely in the chat next week, it's going to be like, oh, Slayton, if he doesn't do shit.
Oh, if he doesn't do anything, which he probably won't, yeah. They're going to be like, you idiot. But then again, you get all props and glory if he does come through like, oh, my God, you are the fantasy guru, dude. How'd you do that? Oh, do you think Lamar is starting this week?
Yeah.
So,
I don't have him on any of my teams, so I like.
Yeah, no, I haven't really been paying.
I don't no, but I think he's starting. He got taken out last week. Yeah, I think he is starting. Let me look it up though.
Well, I mean, they have him as questionable, but obviously they're always questionable.
But he said he's
fully on Friday. He practiced fully on Friday, so they're expecting him to start. So, yeah, I would 100% say he starts this week. Yeah.
I mean, you're putting him in even if he's questionable, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. You're not benching Lamar.
Depends on who you have as backup. I mean, if you have someone like Josh Allen as your backup.
What if you had Ryan Tannehill as your backup?
I'm not putting Ryan. I'm still leaving Lamar Jackson in.
Yeah.
Because even Lamar Jackson has so much more value, even in not, especially in not quarterback value leagues, right? Like quarterback streaming leagues, Lamar Jackson has more value. You don't drop him because he rushes for touchdowns. Same with Kyler Murray. Like those guys have more value in leagues that devalue quarterbacks.
Absolutely. And I was about to say, not only do you start him, but I say not only does he start, but I say he outrushes fucking Mixon this week. How about them apples? Not only does he start, but he outrushes Cincinnati's best rusher.
Yeah, he might.
You heard it
he might for sure. But yeah, because Mixon has one great game, right? That's his game this year.
Last week.
Ugh. I mean, he's on my team, so I was happy.
Huh?
He's on my team, but so I was happy, but he ain't been doing it. He better keep it up.
Oh, man, this one's easy for me, too, so I'm going to let Andy ask first, but is Teddy B or Matt Ryan a better choice this week?
I'm going to take – dang it. I like Bridgewater, but I'm going to take Matt Ryan. He's going to get it to Calvin Ridley a lot for me. So
I'm so glad you said that because you already know it's Teddy B all day. Teddy B is going to go nuts. Teddy B is on the uptick, and Teddy B is about to show him what Teddy B is all about. My man is crushing it. Teddy B will squash Matt Ryan's points this next week.
To be fair, in every one of my 2 quarterback leagues, I had Bridgewater as my second quarterback.
Oh, he's going to
or third.
Yeah. He's going to ball out this for sure. Teddy B all day over Matt Ryan this week. Minshew over Big Ben for backup quarterback. Minshew for me. Who's playing again this week? I'm going to still say Minshew. I'm going Minshew.
Over Big Ben? Mm-hmm. I'll take Minshew too. There's more potential there, I think. I'm going to go
Yeah, but Ben's playing the Eagles, though. Oh, he could just squash them.
Yeah, but I'm gonna still go Minshew.
Yeah, I gotta go Minshew too. I think that's just gonna be a super high scoring game, and whatever happens, there's gonna be a lot of points out there regardless. But yeah, I think Minshew and I think they're gonna ball out. I can't believe it. I hate when we agree. Oh, let's see over Big Ben. And then I'm going to go Minshew as well. Why not? Oh, let's about to have to call out what we did last week. We got Kellis PPR 8-10, plays 6 seeds, make offensive. Make playoffs. I'm 1-3, may lose to Vampire this week. That would suck. Team, Dak, Staff, Moore, McBrown, Lamb, Drake, Gibson, Chubb. Oh, poor guy with Chubb. I feel bad for you. At least Gibson balled out for you this week in his place. Henderson, A.J. Brown, Higbee, and Edmonds. Trade Chubb and Gibson for Davis and McKinnon. How long's Chubb out for? I would never do that. Gibson's falling out of control. Yeah, they don't have any. I mean, Gibson's showing he can do it, and they don't have anybody else to go to. I mean, that Bryce kid might be doing things by the end of the year, but that was like my dark horse long pick at the beginning of the season. But, man, Gibson – he's doing it right now. I don't think – and Chubb is going to come back. So I got to take Chubb and Gibson and keep it for Davis and McKinnon. I mean, Mike Davis is going to be gone pretty soon. I mean, he's not going to be here. I mean, he might run with him when McCaffrey comes back just because, he's been doing so great. But McCaffrey's going to take so much of that. And then McKinnon, you never know what's going to happen in that backfield. So I think I got to stick with Chubb and Gibson on that one.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement here. Like, I'm not trading away the guy in any place for 2 backups, essentially.
Right.
McKinnon's not necessarily a backup, but
he will be.
Yeah, he will be. Like Mostert's gonna be coming back full strength. So I don't know. Like that's both of the guys that you're trading for are going to be put out of snaps by people coming back into the lineup. Whereas you're trading Chubb for like downtime now. But I get it because of the vampire shit, but I'm not trading Gibson away. That's for sure. And especially not for two guys that are going to be losing snaps in the near future.
Exactly. Hey, what's up, Samael Morningstar? Good to see you out there. Do you think Melvin Gordon, decent start, put a damper on Phillip Lindsay's debut? No, I think Phillip Lindsay, like I was saying earlier, I think Phillip Lindsay is going to come out and lose his mind and go bonkers. I don't really think it's going to be that much of a shared backfield. Melvin Gordon will still be out there getting the snaps, but Phillip Lindsay is about to lose his mind every time he touches the ball. He's been just hungry. He's ready to get back in there, and he is just an explosive player, man. I think Phillip Lindsay is going to go nuts this week.
I like Lindsay. He probably does lose a little bit because of it, but not. They're going to go with whoever's in the hot hand is, I think.
And, I mean, Melvin Gordon's, he's got to be beat up a little bit. He's got to be hurt. He's been carrying the load. Lindsay's got the fresh legs. I think Lindsay's going to go bonkers. Right, DK, welcome. There's a new name. We got just traded Terry McLaurin and Josh Kelley for Beckham Jr., Chark, and Gaskin. Traded McLaurin and Josh Kelley for Beckham Jr., Chark, and how did you do that? That's a A++.
But who are you getting? Who are you dropping in that trade?
Well, he's getting rid. McLaurin's big and Josh Kelley, but for OBJ, which Beckham's not going to have the game he had every week last week, but he's still going to have big games. And I'm huge on DJ Chark this year. And he got Gaskin. So
I like Gaskin. But what I'm saying is the value. Who are you dropping for those people? Because you're sending away 2 players and gaining 3. So you technically are going to have to lose another player.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying. So yeah, I'm not sure.
I have a hard time dropping people that I drafted. I feel like a connection to them. Right. So if I'm doing a trade and the 2 for 3 trades always sound good, but you have to drop someone that you saw potential in. And that's what gets me a lot of the time.
That's true. Okay, I take away the A++ and just give you an A+. I like that too. I'm with it. Clayton Brown, Michael Thomas, hurt but back, or Cole Beasley, COVID maybe. Not just Michael Thomas and roll with it. Cole Beasley, even if he comes, he's been so mediocre.
Yeah, I'm going Michael Thomas. I think he comes back and hopefully does pretty well. I have him in my league, so I'm a little biased. I'm going to be starting him.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I had him. I had him in my league last year, and he single-handedly brought me through. He was a man. He was just balling out of control. It was so great. We got Samael Morningstar until week 11. He's going back to his other one. Do you think Melvin Gordon? Yeah, maybe. I also have a tough decision for my flex and full PPR league. Do I go with Justin Jefferson, DK Moore, or Bobby Woods? Oh, welcome to the chat, L. Kraus. Tough decision, PPR league. I already know you're going with Justin Jefferson.
Well, PPR is different.
That's true, yeah, that's true. But I still think okay. What are you going with then?
Well, I'm thinking about it. That's what I'm saying. It's different. You got DJ Moore, right? If you're not,
he's been an epic fail all season.
No, he hasn't been an epic fail all season. But if you think Bridgewater is going to be throwing touchdowns out of his mind, who's he throwing touchdowns to out of his mind?
Oh boy, Robbie.
And DJ Moore is going to be getting some of those in. I'm just saying, DJ Moore is going to be getting some touches. Woods, man, that's tough. I would go Justin Jefferson if it's not PPR, 100%. Right?
That's if it is.
I'm going to let you say first, and then I'll decide.
I'm already let it know. I'm not Justin Jefferson. For once, I'm taking Justin Jefferson on this one. Bobby Woods broke my heart last week.
All right. So just because I think you're good either way with Woods or Jefferson, but I'm going to take Woods. But I don't. This is a good problem to have, I think. Like if you have DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson, Robert Woods all go into your flex, that's a good problem to have.
That's an excellent problem to have. You drafted well, my friend. Let's back up here. Go on to the next one. And we are at Clayton says, thanks. You're most certainly welcome. Morningstar. That was Chubbs out until the week 11. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Samuel. So Chubbs is out from week 11. Yeah, never. I'm never trading away Chubbs and Gibson in that situation. I would never do that. If you could have any defense, who would you go with this week?
I'm gonna go with Indy. I think Indy's the best defense in the league.
They are. I mean, technically they are. I mean, there's no question.
I'm gonna take them over Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Like you said, I don't think OBJ's having another game like that this week, but yeah, you think that they were going to go off though, right? You thought what's his name was going to go off, so I think
Ernest Johnson for sure.
Yeah. So
it's going to be like they didn't even miss a step.
Yeah, I'm going to still go Indy because they're the best. Yeah, I think they're going to still do it. If I'm taking any defense, we could just you could just take anything. I am a total homer on this one, so let it be known that I am total bias with this. But my defense is the Steelers defense, and I think if I could pick any defense I wanted this week, I think I'd pick the Steelers defense. So could be a total homer pick because that's my defense. I put that out, full disclaimer. But even still, I think I'm in the right here, and I think the Steelers would be. I think the Steelers is going to be the number one D this week. That's my pick on that. Another new name, Meph Hendrikssen. Welcome. 6-point bonus for 100-yard game. Who has the better chance, Woods or Antonio Gibson? Oh, you're just going to make me pull this bastard back into the realm. I'm going Gibson has a 100-yard game.
I'm going. First time, I gotta just put my feelings aside from last week and say it's gonna be Bobby Woods.
Okay, I don't hate that. I think Robert Woods is gonna do pretty good. Maybe I think he has closer to 80 yards, but I think, I'm gonna go.
Who's Washington playing this week? Go with them, Rams. That's funny. Yeah, they just brought old boy back to Washington, didn't they? Allen or whatever? The old San Fran quarterback. Well, I can't even remember his name. I got total mind blank. You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just brought him back in. So if he's not starting this week, he'll be starting next week. And I don't know if that's anybody's answer, but that's kind of the direction they're going in.
We're terrible names, sorry.
Yeah, me too. Alex.
Smith.
What's that? Alex Smith. Yeah.
Jeez Louise. His name's too basic. I was like, I know he has like the most normal name ever, but yeah.
Oh, dude. You might be the one person on the planet that's worse at names than me. I'm terrible. Absolutely terrible. We got Matthew Noto, another new name. Welcome. Golden Tate Ruggs or Tim Patrick in full PPR. I got all right, I know what I'm saying. I don't like it. It's kind of makes me throw up in my throat a little bit, but I'm actually going to do it. What about you?
Does that mean you're going with Tate?
No, God, no. That would have been full up chucks if I got to that point. Oh, man, Clayton's going to go nuts. Is Tate even going to play? I mean, are they going to even let him play? Is he going to get fined? Is he going to be out of game? I mean, what's even going on with that guy? He's not in his right mind. So yeah, I'm never with Tate.
He got lit up by Ramsey. That's what happened. Yeah, dang. He was steaming about that the whole game after Ramsey hit him on that screen pass. But I'm gonna go Ruggs on this one.
All right, because that's perfect. Because you already know I'm going with Tim Patrick. I don't like it at all. But I'm going with Tim Patrick on this one. Oh, it's not. It doesn't make me feel good. I'll tell you that. But I just think if you're going for points and you need points, I got to be truthful, and I do think that's going to be the one full PPR that's going to get you the most points this week. I'm thinking Tate because of the matchup. Yeah, like I just said, Tate would be the Tate's neither one of our picks. I would not say Tate, but you got to go with your gut, bud. If you're feeling Tate, then Tate might be where it's at for you. But that's just I'm not with Golden Tate on this one.
But he's biased against Tate, just so you know, because he used to play for Seattle.
Messing with my man Russell. They can't be doing that. Absolutely. Oh, so let's go back into last week. We had a couple calls, see how we did. For our fantasy football week 4 players to pick, they asked if we should go with Ayuk or Terry M. Andy picked Ayuk. I had Terry M. Terry M beats him by quite a bit, by about 8 points, a little over 8 points. Oh, after that, he picked Jefferson. I picked MVS. Jefferson smoked MVS on that one, so he almost got the points back. We're 50-50. Next was Ayuk over Edelman. Man, Edelman just let me down on that one. He just kind of screwed the pooch. I don't know what it's like. It's like somebody put like finger number in his gloves or something. He just had hands of blocks or just concrete hands. I don't know what happened with Edelman last week. It was terrible.
Well, he wasn't used to the quarterback.
Yeah, I guess he should be used to anybody. He's a true vet, and that was terrible. We both went Allen over Burrow. We were both right about that. He blew it away. We both went Hines over Bernard. Hines crushed that one crushed. He beat him by 5. I don't know when you're never putting Bernard in. You took Bobby Woods, broke my heart last week. He lost it for all. I mean, you had Boyd over Woods. He almost doubled him in points, close enough. You had Galladay over Woods. I mean, same scenario. Just those guys both got 16. Woods only got 9.7. The one time you did take Woods, I took Parker, and of course Parker took that, and he smashed him by almost 2.5 points. Ayuk, we both took Ayuk over Greg Ward. We were both right on that one. John Brown over T. Higgins. I got you on that one. I said T. Higgins would beat John Brown. I just knew Brown wasn't going to do it last week. You took Boyd and MVS 16 and 8. I took Boyd and Jefferson 16 and 14. So I got the one on that, but we were both right to leave John Brown and Russell Gage on the bench out of those 4. We both took Gesicki over Ingram and got smashed. Gesicki only put up 2.5. Ingram put up 9.5. And you took the other one. I thought B. Cooks was going to be a scratch. I saw somewhere there was going to be a scratch, so I didn't even do it because I would have switched to Ayuk. But, yeah, they ended up starting him, and, of course, he got nothing. So B. Cooks ended up with 0 points, and you got your Ayuk for 13-16. So pretty much, other than that, we're pretty much dead even right down the gate. And, not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Wait, so I won, right?
Yeah. But you ended up with one extra win with that B. Cooks that was basically a scratch. They said he's not going to play. Then they play him, and they don't throw him one damn ball. But, yeah, you won. You won.
But did I say that?
Well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll sleep fine. I actually will sleep terrible because Florida State, but just if that makes you feel better.
Oh, that was just too classic. Golden Tate, Rice, we got the NFC East is a joke this year. Yes, that's almost every year, isn't it? The NFC least.
Going to make the playoffs like the team with 3 wins.
Oh, man, it's just despicable. And then you got teams like our league that have, all of our teams are like 10-3. Like, come on, man. How is that fair or right in any sense of the word? It's like,
I mean, isn't that like how it goes? I'm not saying I don't want to take anything away from the Patriots, but the fact that they got to play against like the Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins for 6 games, so half of their season almost is like gimmies. That's come on, yeah, they're winning. And they still can't beat Miami in Miami, so.
Yeah, exactly. So, we got some, looks like we got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 picks, 18, 19 picks again this week. Oh, wow. If we got one more, it'd be an even 20. It looks like we're good to go. We'll just do a quick pick 'em real quick. I don't know if I can write that down fast enough. Let's see. And then we'll call it and see how we end up this week.
If we start getting a bunch of people in this, I want to start a fantasy league of people from the internet.
Oh, yeah, it'd be fun.
Random. But I want to like have a discussion about like the rules. I want some different rules, and I like the idea of vampire. I mean, I wouldn't play in a vampire league, but I like the creativeness of it. Like saying, hey, fantasy football's getting stale. Like you had your league 21 years, right? So you had to do it from the newspaper. Did you have to do that or no?
Yeah, way back in the day, I never did it because I was on the internet by then. We had the internet time I did it. Yeah, I didn't. I can imagine doing that through the paper. That would be so hard.
Yeah, I played when I was like 13 or something, 12 or 13 with my dad, and my uncle would have to like go through the paper, count down like all the scores and shit. It was great. I remember that.
Yeah, they're like, okay, the paper that we're going to be using is whatever, the Times. So what if there's a misprint? It don't matter. We're all doing the Times. Like, oh, yeah, I remember those days. Please believe. Please believe. So let's get it in. We got obviously we're not doing the first game. It's already happened. So the Los Angeles Rams or the Washington football team.
I'm going to go the Rams.
We're going to go the Rams. I think I cannot disagree with that. I'm going to disagree on principle for most of them, but I don't think I can do it. Oh, the Eagles or the Steelers?
I'll take the Eagles on this one.
You already know I'm taking the Steelers, so hell yeah.
I want to say that's going to be my upset, my biggest upset, but I don't think the Steelers are like a great looking 3-0 team. So
this one's probably pretty easy. The Cardinals or the Jets?
The Cardinals.
That's I mean, it shouldn't be that easy, but it is.
That's why you're putting Edmonds in this week, right? Is because
that's why I thought that was a misprint. I was like, he must have been sending that to somebody else, but maybe he knows something I don't know. And then I was like, nope, let me just dump this shit.
Well, you're in a 10-team league, right?
Yeah.
I'm in 12, so that's like
big difference, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got the Vegas Raiders or Kansas City. That's another one.
This could be an upset, but I'm taking Kansas City. Until Mahomes, like, I don't know. He's definitely like my real favorite player in the NFL right now. Just it's amazing watching him play.
Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna take Jacksonville on this one.
Nice, because I'm gonna take the Texans. I think they ball out of control with their coach being fired this week.
Yeah, teams typically do that, but sometimes they can like go off the rails.
Yep. Bengals Ravens.
Yeah, we're going Ravens on this one, right? I'm going Ravens.
Man, I was gonna say Ravens, but now that you said that, I'm going Cincy.
All right.
You just switched me up. I was gonna go Ravens, but now I gotta take Cincy just to switch it up. Carolina Panthers or the Falcons?
I think the Falcons get their first win this week. Maybe they can finish in the fourth quarter.
Oh, I was going to take ATL too, but now you just switched me over. I'm taking Carolina. You're making me switch some of my picks. I don't know if I like that, but hey, maybe it'll work out. I'm sure it will. Miami Dolphins or San Fran?
San Francisco.
Well, just because. You're going San Fran. You already know I'm a homer, and I got to take my Dolphins. Fins all day. Miami. Go, boys. Let's get her done. New York Giants or the Dallas Cowboys?
In the Poop Bowl, I'm gonna take the Cowboys on this one, just because they can score so many points. The Giants haven't shown us that they can consistently do that.
Well, Dak Prescott's my quarterback, so you already know I got to take Dallas on that one. We got Indianapolis Colts or Cleveland Browns.
I'm taking Indy.
You're taking the Colts. I'm going to take the Browns then.
Okay, that's fair. I think they're same record.
Yeah, it's going to be. That's a pick 'em. Let's flip a quarter and pick it. The Vikings or the Seahawks?
This is my upset. I'm taking the Vikings over the Seahawks.
I love it. And you already know, being from Seattle, we know where we're at with that. Seattle all day. Chris Carson, let's do it. Denver Broncos, New England Patriots.
New England.
I can't disagree with that. It's going to be New England all day. They got Belichick's not going to lose 2 in a row. He's not happy. Oh, we got Los Angeles Chargers or the New Orleans Saints.
See, this one's a little tougher for me. I'll go the Saints. Saints are going to win this one.
Yeah, that's what I picked. New Orleans going to win this one, I believe. Got to go with that one. And rounding it off, we got the Buffalo Bills or the Tennessee Titans on Tuesday.
I'll make this one a homer, and I'll pick the Titans.
I can't go against Tannehill. I think he's just doing too much. I think he's going to win it too. I'm going to go the Tennessee Titans as well.
Well, then let me put it on. I'll take the Bills then, because okay. So here's something I always do. If I gamble, I always gamble against my team. Like if I'm betting, I'll bet.
You win either way.
I win either way. I would gladly pay $20 for my team to win. Oh, I won $20 because my team lost. All right, I'll take it.
Oh, there's a week-by-week fantasy leagues we can do. Yeah, Jake, they do have those weekly ones. That's a lot of work, though, man. I already got so much going on. That's tough. But, yeah, next year, man, stay in touch, and we'll definitely get some people over the internet. And that's a third one I would do, just a fun one, no money on the line. Like, I would probably put something up. Like, I'm sure me and Andy would probably get together and, like, some kind of trophy or shirt or jersey or something to make it cool, whoever wins it. So, yeah, we might do something like that. Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do that. We'll get some of our internet friends on there and do a league next year. Oh, yep, definitely. You guys should pick with the point spread too. Oh yeah, we'll try to do that next week. I'm wrapping up. I got to get out of here, help my lady get off to work. But yeah, definitely maybe next week we'll get in on that. Cincinnati is a 13-point dog. Cincinnati is going to win this game. I just told you. Also traded Zacchaeus for Landry. Thoughts? Zacchaeus, huh? I like Landry, actually. I do. I like Landry. Another Miami homer pick. I like the Landry in that one.
Yeah, but he left your team.
Oh, yeah, but he left it for Landry. I don't know. That's tough. It's not a disgusting pick. What's that?
I like Landry from last week, but, whatever.
Yeah. It's not bad. Browns. They're a running team, so they're not passing the ball a whole lot, and it's more just to help the running team out when they do it. So yeah, I get it, but yeah, you just never know. Landry could ball out at any moment.
I'm telling you, Jake, try it out. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. It's the best way, It's the best way to go because you win twice. You win either way. That's makes losing not so bad.
Win-win, absolutely. All right, so that's going to do it for us. I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so because we're going to be busting these out every single Saturday, giving you our picks, letting you know how we did, trying to help you out and help you win your fantasy league. I know I won my last year, and I know Andy wins his a lot. So, hey, we're a couple knuckleheads. We don't know all the crazy stats, and we're terrible with names, but yet somehow we seem to be in that fantasy bowl year after year. So sometimes you just got to go with your gut. When you got a gut like mine, it tends to work out. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing week. I hope your teams win this week. And any last words out the door, Andy?
Edmonds is going to blow up this week. That's my prediction. Edmonds.
Ouch.